offensively for the Noles this year.
Yeah, it's not just the Ta'Niya Latson show. Florida State is well balanced, and they get it done in a multitude of ways, especially on transition.
Certainly one of the most balanced offensive attacks you'll find in the ACC this season. And a quick shot by the Seminoles off target, and the Panthers will set up the other way. Jasmine Timerson, the freshman, from just about a half hour away here in Pittsburgh, joined by Marley Washnitz, Aislinn Malcolm in the backcourt. The Star King we mentioned, and Jayla Jordan has come on strong for Pittsburgh as of late as well. Panthers using nearly all the shot clock in their first possession before the turnover from Timerson. And you'll see Latson attacking in transition a lot today. That time off target. She's joined in the starting five by Brianna Turnage, Omaria Gordon, Sarah Bajetti, and of course the star forward Makayla Timpson. Timpson wearing 21, averaging 13.5 on the season. Also fourth in the ACC with 9.3 rebounds per game on the year for Florida State's junior Timpson.
And you see Pitt dropping back into this 2-3 zone. Looking like that's going to be their game plan tonight, to slow down Florida State. And what they love to do is get out and play transition basketball.
Torrey Verdi, in his first season as the head coach of the Panthers, mentioned that February is the sink or swim month for a lot of teams. And if you're not having a good year, it's easy to kind of let go of the rope and be done. But said we're not going to feel sorry for ourselves, going to use each day to get better as a team. Never know what could happen, certainly in the sport of college basketball. That's the mentality the Panthers are trying to take. Still no score yet here at the Pete, just over 90 seconds in, but now here's Latson on the break, and a kick out to a wide open Turnage for three, and Turnage converts to make it 3-0 Noles to start the night.
And there was Ta'Niya Latson trying to get into the paint, and they stopped her, and she sees Brianna Turnage right behind her, drops it off for a nice three.
Florida State averaging over 23 three-point attempts per game on the season, which is second most in the ACC. We've already seen them take three, now four tonight. That time Latson off the mark. Offensive board and the putback for Timpson.
That's a great sign for Florida State. Makayla Timpson, one of the best offensive, defensive rebounders in the ACC, getting that putback.
Timpson had a tough two-game stretch before Sunday against Miami. 22 points in 10 boards for her in that one. 9 of 13 shooting from the field for the junior. Florida State pushing tempo once again. They'll do that a lot here tonight. That time Washington steps in to take the charge, and Latson's not happy with the call.
And that's a tough play by Marley Washnitz to step in there against Ta'Niya Latson. As you see the replay here, Marley Washnitz is so good at stepping in on the defensive end and drawing charges. And that's a phenomenal play against their best player, Ta'Niya Latson.
Yeah, Brian, I think you mentioned that during our production meeting yesterday. You said a player like Latson who loves to get downhill and a player like Washnitz who loves to take charges makes for a good matchup.
Yeah, exactly. And hey, we're not even 5 minutes into the game, and we see it happen already.
Here's Latson once again. This time, a nice stop on the dime. Turns around, can't hit. Timpson the board, and the kick out to Gordon from the wing. And the rebound to Washnitz.
Pitt playing some solid defense. They're sprinting back in transition defense because they know Florida State loves to get out. They're having them one possession, holding them to one possession, trying to secure that defensive rebound.
Entry pass into Jordan, nothing doing. Meanwhile, Florida State's going to be happy with the way they've started this game defensively. Brooke Wyckoff's team on the season allows more points per game than any team in the conference. But so far tonight, 5-0 Seminoles, and Coach Wyckoff in her second season off to a good start tonight.
Yeah, and it was so interesting when we talked with her about that. You know, she's not so much worried about the opponents scoring what they're scoring. She's more worried about their field goal percentage. But I also think it's probably because her team is scoring 80-plus points a game. That's
right. Fast-paced tempo for Florida State's going to have its pros and cons. Creates more possessions, not just for the Seminoles, but for the opponent as well. Part of the reason she said they're looking more at those percentages, as you noted. Washinet's pull-up. Not there, but a rebound by Jordan. Jasmine Timerson wearing 3 with the ball for the Panthers, getting a lot more playing time as of late. Had 32 minutes on Sunday against Notre Dame. Now Malcolm fires a triple off target and another rebound for Timpson. Timpson already with 3 off the glass tonight.
And that's a really great look for Pitt shooter Aislinn Malcolm. She comes off a down screen, really gets wide open for 3, just misses it.
And Alexis Tucker in off the bench for Florida State, connects on the triple to make it 8-2 early. Malcolm wants a screen. Jordan tried to set one. Now 11 on the timer for Pitt. Malcolm guarded by Latson. Screen again from Jordan. Drive for Malcolm. Not that time, and a rebound for Timpson.
That was a great take. She sidesteps. Makayla Timpson gets by Latson. Just cannot finish inside.
Pagetti squares her feet. Not enough on it, and tipped out of play. Leading us to our first timeout. Florida State leading 8-2. Alexis Tucker coming off the bench as of late for the Seminoles, but still providing that spark. Florida State up by 6 early. Career Point Club, and she was honored pregame tonight alongside head coach Tori Verdi. And Brienne, really just an excellent culmination to what's been a marvelous career for King, and especially this season.
Yeah, especially this season. That's right, Jason. She just averaged 9 points a game last season as a junior, and she has doubled that in averaging 20 a game this season. It's incredible the mark that she has made on this program in just one season, but yes, her entire career as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. Before the game, I mentioned to you, she's got to be right in the conversation for most improved player in the conference, and certainly all ACC first team, I think, will be something she's in the picture for as well. Obviously, Pittsburgh doesn't have the record that they would like to see, but King has been tremendous, and expect her to be in the mix for plenty of postseason accolades. So the Panthers trail by 6 here, 4.5 to go. First quarter. Once again, Jason Earl and Brianna O'Rourke-Kelly with you for this early February ACC battle. Florida State, a projected 7th seed in the NCAA tournament field, according to Charlie Cream, and certainly looking to avoid what would be a bad loss at Pittsburgh. But off to a great start, as that's the second triple of the night already for Alexis Tucker.
Yeah, that's a great knockdown by Tucker, but also a better find by Amaria Gordon, who drove the paint and found her teammate wide open.
Nice drive and dish from Malcolm. Finds King, attracts the D, and King converts.
And there's Liatu King getting on the board for the first time tonight.
Gordon, ball fake and a kick out. Now Pagetti with 10 to shoot. And here's the 5'4" Gordon working on Washington's. Noles have to get a shot up here. 2 on the timer. Step back for Tucker. Drills another one. Alexis Tucker with 3 3-pointers in the first 7 minutes of action.
Wow, and that was just, I mean, clearly the shot clock was running down, but that was, I'm feeling it. 3 threes in just the first quarter.
Tucker averaging 6.3 points on the season already, at 9 in the first quarter here tonight in Pittsburgh. King takes the jumper, knocks it down, and trims the lead to 8.
There's Liatu King from 15 feet. Her range, within her range.
So Tucker is the hot hand right now for Florida State. She started the first 15 games of the season, but has been coming off the bench ever since. Head coach Brooke Wyckoff saying that they needed more rebounding, which they're getting from Brianna Turnage, the 6'1" sophomore. But tonight it's Tucker with the hot hand early on for Florida State, and here's the latest of her triples.
And that's just a great step back. Shot clock is running down. Nothing Malcolm can do on the defensive side there. Tucker knocks it down.
Gordon looking for an option, finds one over the top in Amaya Bonner. Well defended on the inside that time by Iredell. Rappalucci Iredell coming in off the bench for Pittsburgh and defending Timpson on the low block.
And Pitt's doing a really nice job on the defensive end with getting their hands in the passing lane, getting a lot of deflections on the defensive side of the ball.
And Tucker misses her first shot of the night there, but an offensive board and put back for Timpson, and she was fouled in the process. We'll head to the line.
Yeah, and that's just too easy for Timpson. That's her already 4th offensive rebound in this game, just in the first quarter. And then you give her an and one. That's a difficult, tough play you cannot give up if you want to beat Florida State.
And not just the offensive rebounds, but 6 total boards already tonight for Makayla Timpson, junior from Edison, Georgia, completes the three-point play to put the Seminoles up 11. Washington's using a screen from Iredell, takes the pull-up, and Iredell tracks down the offensive rebound.
And there's Iredell on Pitt Panthers side going to the offensive glass, what she does best, just like Timpson on their side.
So Jasmine Timerson chases that one down for the Panthers. Tori Verdi happy with what he's gotten from her, says Timerson's very coachable, executes, and allows the team to run what they need to run on the offensive side. Likes what he sees from the freshman from Wexford. 2 on the timer. Washinitz from the elbow.
That's a great look from Marley Washinitz. Shot clock was running down. She's not their go-to player. She knows what they need from her offensively, but great knockdown by her.
90 seconds left in our first quarter tonight. Leading scorer is Tucker with 9. Cross-court pass this time, and a drive from Bonner. Kick out, Latson. Viegas with 7 on the shot clock, too strong on the triple. Perkins tips the rebound to her teammate King, and Timerson sets up the Panther offense. King uses her body, works her way into the paint, but couldn't finish, and now the Noles working up-tempo the other way. Latson. Eyes up, nice feed to Timpson. Better defense by Iredell.
Great defensive stop down there by the Panthers. Iredell on Makayla Timpson. First they stop Ta'Niya Latson in transition. They're doing a phenomenal job at finding and locating Latson, but then they do an even better job on Timpson to make it difficult for her.
Brianna, as good as Alexis Tucker has been for Florida State, Ta'Niya Latson, the star, is 0 for 5 from the field. She hasn't scored yet tonight.
Yeah, and they're still up by 10 points, and there she is with her second foul. Second offensive foul, Jason.
And a huge call there. The second time, as you noted tonight, Brianna, that Ta'Niya Latson has been called for a charge. First time it was Washinitz taking it. This time Bella Perkins. And just like that, the Florida State star and leading scorer, Ta'Niya Latson, has 2 fouls and finds herself on the bench in the first quarter.
Yeah, and these are really good things for the Pitt Panthers early on, but they do now need to execute and find some rhythm on the offensive end, because they really are getting it done on the defensive side of the ball. They're following the game plan, playing great 2-3 defense. They're stopping transition. They're stopping Latson in transition, but they just need to do a better job on the offensive side.
So Florida State will have 5.7 here to finish out the quarter. Gordon, pull-up 3. Too strong. And the Seminoles will take a 17-8 lead to the end of the first quarter. No points from tonight's team at UC Santa Barbara last season. Started her collegiate career at Texas Tech and had an impressive freshman year there with the Red Raiders. And now performing well tonight in Pittsburgh for Florida State and embracing the bench role in a big way. So 19-8 now, the Florida State lead as they get a quick one to start quarter 2.
And you love to see that as a coach from the sideline, coming out from a timeout. They execute the play beautifully, and Makayla Timpson scores off of a back screen. Credit to Florida State.
Gordon working quickly as well. Seminoles going to swing it around the outside. In the corner, that's Carla Viegas. Converts on the mid-range J.
That set shot, Jason. Knock it down. The player from Spain. Great shot.
Viegas in her freshman year, important piece for Florida State. Brooke Wyckoff talked about how much of a threat she is shooting the basketball, and just having her on the floor forces the opponent to think about where she's at all times. Perkins too strong on the triple. Now the Noles out in transition once again with Bonner. Hesitation move, now a kick out to Viegas, who tries another and hits another. Carla Viegas with back-to-back buckets for Florida State, forcing a Tori Verde timeout as the Seminoles are up 16 early in the second quarter.
Yeah, and that was a nice shot by Viegas here. It doesn't even look like she's going to shoot the ball, and boom, it's up and gone, and it's in.
I'm a guy who likes to play high tempo. As you can see, they are the fastest team in the ACC when it comes to pace. But what really impresses me is that despite the pace, they turn it over less than any team in the conference. Their turnover average on the season is 7th in Division I. So not only do they play quickly, they take excellent care of the basketball.
Yeah, that's right. They really do take care of the ball, especially when they're playing high, fast-paced basketball in transition. They're taking more risks, but they're really taking care of the basketball, and they're taking care of the basketball here tonight. They're in a phenomenal start to this second quarter. Haven't missed a shot yet. They are 4 for 4.
And that's a 7-0 run to start the second quarter for Florida State. Remember, it was 17-8 at the quarter break. Panthers yet to hit a three-pointer on the night. An excellent effort defensively there by Timpson for Florida State to force the turnover. Viegas, once again, she has the hot hand, but not that time. Timpson reaching up for the rebound, but had it stripped away by Jordan.
That's a great battle down there by Jordan against Makayla Timpson.
Jordan's pass tipped. No backcourt violation there. Liatu King and Timerson continue the Pitt possession. Timerson has it taken away. Omaria Gordon the other direction and finishes for Florida State to put them up 18.
Great defense by Gordon. She strips Jasmine Timerson, and then she's off and away. She is so fast in transition.
Once again, a strip. This time it's Bonner. Malcolm gets in the way of the shot.
3 turnovers back-to-back by the Panthers. Cannot have this if you want to stay in this basketball game in this first half.
Panthers struggling to get the offensive rhythm here in quarter number 2. Jordan well defended that time, gets her own rebound and gets her first bucket of the night.
She sticks with it, and boy, did they need that bucket by Jayla Jordan inside.
And now Perkins, the takeaway. And misses the easy one. Florida State gets the rebound.
Too easy, I think, for Bella Perkins there. She wants that back. She just needed an extra dribble.
Here's Gordon, jab step. Now a drive and kick. 5 to shoot for the Noles. Bonner taking on Timerson. Spin move in the lane. Too strong. Rebound tipped by King and into the arms of the Panthers.
If the Panthers can continue to keep Makayla Timpson off the offensive glass, they're doing a nice job in the half-court defense, but they need to stop and slow down their transition offense if they want to stay in the game.
Malcolm fake and the drive and a whistle. Panthers need to limit the turnovers. Omaria Gordon is quick, Brienne.
Yeah, as you see here, this is exactly what I'm talking about, that transition offense for them. Nobody can catch up to her. Starts on the offensive end for the Panthers. They need to handle the pressure that Florida State is sending their way and then handle them in transition defense.
Gordon's coming off 16 points Sunday in the win over Miami. Panthers get a second chance here. Timerson setting up the offense. Perkins off the screen from Jordan. Not enough on the three-point attempt. Another offensive rebound tracked down by Bella Perkins. Malcolm moved through the lane. Offensive rebound again for Jayla Jordan, and that time converts.
Jayla Jordan coming alive in this second quarter, giving the Panthers a little lift.
Gordon, the three, nylon. Omaria Gordon, 5 points early for Florida State here midway through the second quarter.
Man, that's a great shot by her, but Jasmine Timerson just plays off of her too much. She's a 40% three-point shooter. She needs to get up and defend her a little bit closer.
King spinning through the lane and couldn't get the shot to fall. It's tipped out of bounds, last off the Panthers.
As you see here on the defensive end, Jasmine Timerson against Omaria Gordon, giving her way too much space and time. She's going to knock that down every time, and she is a 40% three-point shooter.
Better defense that time by the Panthers. They forced the miss. Now Washington's trying to find Jordan.
Their go-to player right now, Jayla Jordan.
Jordan averaging 14.6 points across her last 7 games for the Panthers. Transfer from Seton Hall, has a mid-range jumper. And the rebound gathered by King. Malcolm a three, high arcing shot, too strong. Panthers are now 0 for 8 from beyond the arc on the night.
That would have been big for the Panthers. Liatu King was in there by herself with that offensive rebound, as Pitt right now is sending 4 back on defense.
Panthers have missed 7 of their last 8 from the floor. Down by 17 late here in the second quarter. Still have yet to hit a three-pointer. And that time King is fouled on the inside.
That might have been the first time Liatu King just saw a one-on-one matchup with her inside, and they get a foul against her.
It's not where you want to be if you're Tori Verdi in Pittsburgh right now, but still a lot of time left to go. Panthers need to get some offense going if they want to mount a comeback here in this one. Washington can't connect on the three, and the rebound. Physical effort there from Turnage, and tips it over to Gordon. Nice crossover from Gordon, and the dish inside down low. Second effort from Treadwell.
Yeah, wow. Gordon got down there and so quickly, and she finds her teammate inside for 2.
Avery Treadwell, freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, only averaging 3.8 minutes on the year, but gets the bucket there. That time Jordan muscles down low to get the 2.
And there, as you see, Gordon, just a quick little crossover, dump down to her post player, sticks with it for the 2. And then you see, going back to Jayla Jordan, she sees the matchup against the freshman, young freshman, gets the bucket.
Jayla Jordan, a player that's really emerged as a second option to Liatu King over the last 7 games. Her first 16 on the year, she averaged just 6.1 points, but mentioned nearly 15 points a game for the grad student from Philadelphia across her last 7. A nice compliment to King on that Panther offense. Now a 3-ball in the air. Viegas once again.
Viegas with that set shot again. 8 points coming off the bench.
7 3-pointers on the night for Florida State and none for Pitt. Washington's nice move to get to the cup and finishes.
Great take by Marley Washington. She sees the open lane, attacks it, gets 2 for her teammates.
Gordon left open again. Too strong that time, and Turnage can't handle the rebound.
As you see here, Bajetti finds her shooter, and Viegas, nobody's going to pick me up. Well, I'm going to knock it down.
It is a bit of an unorthodox form, isn't it?
It is, but hey, it works for her.
8 points for Viegas. Certainly, as you said, nothing wrong with it if the ball goes in the basket. Seminoles have doubled up the Panthers in the scoring department. Right now, 2 minutes to go, second quarter. Jordan has it stripped by Gordon.
Florida State is suffocating that paint right now. Jayla Jordan just saw 4 Florida State Seminoles attack her on that block.
But Jenny off the glass and in to make it a 19-point Florida State advantage. Now Timpson tips the pass away on the inside. 6 Panther turnovers on the night. Gordon wasting no time again. What a take from the 5'4" junior from Bradenton.
Coast to coast for Gordon. She gets out. Nobody is stopping her so quick downhill. Little kiss off the glass. As you see here, the great defense by Makayla Timpson. Over to her point guard. Gordon, coast to coast, little kiss. 38-17.
We love our...
Well, Brianna, 21-point lead for Florida State. It's their largest advantage of the night, and what's most impressive, they're doing it all with Ta'Niya Latson sitting on the bench with 2 fouls.
Yeah, sitting on the bench with 2 fouls. Not only that, but she has no points. That's pretty incredible for Ta'Niya Latson, one of the leading scorers in the ACC. And Florida State's still getting it done without her.
Got to be pleased if you're Brooke Wyckoff, head coach of the Noles, in an ACC road game, getting this type of effort from your team without your leading scorer and reigning ACC Rookie of the Year in Latson. But Jetty with contact on her way to the hole.
And they are so well balanced, aside from talking just Ta'Niya Latson. And even here tonight, you see Bajetti attacking the bucket and getting herself to the free throw line. But you have players coming off the bench in Viegas and Bonner, Treadwell, adding Tucker with her 3 threes. They're playing team basketball this evening.
Yeah, the bench points category right now, 19-0 in favor of Florida State. Namely, Alexis Tucker with the 9, mentioned Viegas with 8, and then 2 from Treadwell to provide the Florida State advantage from the reserves. Bit of an up-and-down ACC season so far for Florida State. They had some good wins over North Carolina, Virginia Tech, but also a 3-game losing streak recently. Syracuse, Virginia, and Duke topped the Seminoles, but they are really looking good over the last few games. Got a win at Georgia Tech, win against Miami, and looking for 3 in a row tonight at Pittsburgh. 13-second difference between shot and game clock here for the Seminoles. Timpson turns around, nobody there, drains the jumper to put Florida State up 42-17 with 20 ticks to go.
Great footwork by Timpson there. She noticed and recognized that nobody picks her up.
King looking to cross up Timpson, and a strong take from one of the best forwards in the ACC, Liatu King. And Bajetti, one last heave from midcourt. And that'll do it for the first 20 minutes tonight in Pittsburgh with Florida State in full control.
I believe.
So our typical stars not shining too bright tonight. Ta'Niya Latson hasn't played much. Liatu King with 6 and a 3 of 8 day from the floor, but the Panthers down by 23 as we begin the third quarter. Battle entry pass inside to Jordan, who chucks it off the glass, and it goes in. Jordan with 9 points now on the night.
And the Panthers continue to attack inside against Jayla Jordan.
Turnage step back 3, and she nails it for another triple for Florida State, their 8th of the night.
And continue that 3-point field goal percentage for the Noles.
Florida State, a team that attempts a lot of 3-pointers. They typically don't make as many as they have tonight. 33% on the season. They are 40% from the perimeter this evening.
As you see here, Jayla Jordan, tough basket inside where there's 3 players on her. And then you see on the other end, the Noles getting it done, still behind 3 with Snoop Turnage for 3.
Turnage becomes the 3rd Florida State Seminole with multiple made 3-pointers tonight, joining Alexis Tucker and Carla Viegas. Liatu King looking to get something going in this second half. Mentioned just the 6 points for her in the first 20 minutes tonight. She is a 70% shooter from the line on the season and goes 2 for 2 there.
Pitt switching it up to start this second half, going to man-to-man. Florida State really doing a nice job on the defensive end at icing those ball screens. Pitt loves the ball screens on the wing, and they're doing a very nice job in making it difficult for Pitt to get into the lane.
That time it forces a turnover. Ta'Niya Latson headed the other way. Looking for Timpson on the inside. Takes the short jumper. Can't get the roll. An offensive foul on Washington. It's well taken by Bigetti to turn it over.
And you see Bigetti giving Marley Washington a little piece of her own medicine, as Marley Washington does extend her arm there.
Fairly easy call for our officiating crew tonight. And Latson still looking for her first points of the night. She won't get it there now. 0 of 6 from the floor on the game. Jordan finds King down low. King can't convert. Second attempt is good for King. She's up to 10 points.
Liatu knew she needed to get that one back, because that was a phenomenal pass by Jayla Jordan high-low to find Liatu King inside.
Latson loses control. Panthers take it. Now Battle. Fast break. Left-handed layup and a crafty finish for Battle.
Yeah, real crafty off 1 foot there. That was super nice.
So a tough start to the night for the Panthers, but Brienne getting something going here in the third.
Yeah, getting stops on the defensive end. Leads out to transition buckets. Good news for the Panthers.
We love our house.
Great location, quiet street.
The garage is a bit of a black hole.
Well, the Panthers trailed by 23 at the half. They've now trimmed that deficit to 18. Still a ways to go, Brienne, but if it's going to happen, the comeback could happen right here. Florida State, throughout the season, typically struggles in the third quarter, which is when the Panthers thrive.
Yeah, it's incredible. Actually, the only quarter that Florida State is outscored by any opponent is in the third. And the only quarter that Pitt outscores their opponents is in the third quarter. So let's see if Pitt can continue to get it done in this third quarter and trim this lead to get back in the game.
Panthers with a 6-0 run over the last minute and a half, all of which is to say, don't turn off your televisions just yet. We've still got some basketball to be played here at the Pete. And the Panthers looking to fight back, down 18 early here in the third quarter. Meanwhile, the Seminoles have not scored in over 2 minutes here. Bigetti, a drive and a kick cross court to Gordon. Not that time. Rebound corralled by Malcolm. Panthers looking to get the ball to Liatu King, but now on the inside to Jordan. Goes up strong. King grabs the rebound, and a reset of the shot clock here for Pitt.
That was smart there by Liatu King. She gets the offensive rebound and notices it and recognizes that she doesn't have anything, and they set their offense.
Three-point attempt good for Aaron Battle.
Liatu King heads up play there. Bigetti steps in, leaves Aaron Battle, tries to take a charge on Liatu. She stops on a dime and finds her shooter out in the corner, and Aaron Battle to knock it down.
And Liatu King officially now with her 14th double-double of the season. That's second in the conference, only to Elizabeth Kitley from Virginia Tech. Malcolm the pull-up J. Got it to go.
Raindrops, Jason. That was a high-arcing free throw jumper by Aislinn Malcolm.
11-0 scoring run by the Panthers. Maybe there is something to that third quarter trend, Brianne. Who knows?
I think so. It's looking like it thus far.
They're making us look like we know what we're talking about here. Battle in transition. She finishes. 13-0 run for the Panthers.
Erin Battle looks like she's playing with the Seminoles the way she got out there in transition.
Pittsburgh outscoring Florida State 15-3 so far in the third. 4 substitutions at the table coming for the Noles. And a foul on the inside. Jayla Jordan was defending Ta'Niya Latson. Fans in the Pete didn't like it, but Latson is going to head to the line.
You see here, Liatu King sees Bajetti step in, leaves Erin Battle wide open to knock it down. And then Malcolm. It's raining in the Pete.
So what a run here by Pittsburgh. Early in the third, Ta'Niya Latson is an excellent free throw shooter at 86% on the year. Good for third in the conference. And she finally puts an end to that 13-0 run and extends that Florida State lead to 47-34 now.
This might be a first, Jason. Her first 2 points coming in just halfway through the third quarter.
And still yet to have a field goal in tonight's game. Not what we expected from Ta'Niya Latson. King's pass somehow finds its way to Jordan.
Somehow working its way down into Jayla Jordan. Liatu King finds her postmate inside.
Panthers showing a different sign of life here in this quarter, but once again, Viegas with a trifecta for the Noles.
Now Viegas stops that trend by Pitt right now. Coming off the bench again to knock it down for 3.
Just the third game this season in double figures for Viegas. How can the Panthers respond? Trying to eat into this lead in the third quarter. They've made their last 4 from the field. Malcolm makes it 5 in a row from the floor for the Panthers. Aislinn Malcolm the triple to make it an 11-point advantage for Florida State.
And that's what Coach Verdi wants from his shooter in Aislinn Malcolm. He said he's been begging her all year to shoot the basketball, and when she does, good things happen.
King gets the rebound off the Gordon miss.
Pitt finding a lot of life here in this third quarter.
We got to figure out what Tori Verdi said in the locker room at halftime.
That's right.
Jordan to King on the cut. And the finish for the senior forward, Liatu King.
Pitt is on a roll and is feeling it and playing confident basketball in this third quarter.
22-8 now, the third quarter advantage for Pittsburgh. And a pass taken away by Jordan.
Florida State looking like a different team from this first half. What has gotten into Pitt on the other side?
Washington's going to reset the offense here with 13 on the shot clock. Malcolm looking for an option. Finds King. Pull-up jumper. Yes! Panthers have made 7 in a row from the floor, and Tori Verdi continues to urge his team on. They've cut the margin to 7.
What a run by the Panthers.
Kick out, 3 ball for Bonner, too strong. Florida State desperately waiting to get to that next dead ball for a timeout. Malcolm the drive and the score.
Everything going Panthers' way in this third quarter. The Pete is going crazy. The Panthers on a 9-0 run. Liatu King leading the charge for her Pitt Panthers squad. Strong take to the bucket for 2. And then she says, this is not too deep for me. I can knock this one down, 50-40.
It was a 23-point Florida State lead at the half, and that margin is now at just 5. The Pitt Panthers have been absolutely excellent in this third quarter, and they've hit their last 8 from the floor.
Yeah, they have been on fire, spreading the wealth as you see Aislinn Malcolm knocking it down. Everybody getting involved in this third quarter. Liatu King, Marley Washington, Jayla Jordan inside. Aislinn Malcolm knocking down shots outside. Can Pitt keep this rolling and get this ball game ahead of Florida State.
And, well, we've got to give a shout-out to our producer, Tristan Russell, at the beginning of the quarter. He said, hey, keep in mind, third quarter, Florida State struggles and Pitt excels. That's exactly what has happened here tonight, as miraculously the Panthers have made their way back into this contest. And we'll see now if it can continue out of the timeout. Pittsburgh outscoring the Noles 26-8 in this third. And Timpson gets the first bucket out of the TO. She's into double figures with 11.
And Florida State needed that bucket right there. That was huge for them. Let's see if the momentum switches at all here down the stretch.
Just over 2 minutes to play in this hot third quarter for the Panthers. Washington's fakes and then takes the pull-up. King grabs the rebound.
And you see Florida State showing a little zone on their side. They drop back into their man now, but they were just in a 2-3 zone.
Now Jordan with 5 on the timer. Turnaround. Off target and a rebound to Turnage. Brienne curious what Brooke Wyckoff had to say in the timeout.
Me too. She had to calm her players down and know, and probably put into perspective that, look, this is not our quarter, and this is the Panthers' quarter. But we got to get back out there and take charge of this basketball game in these last 2 minutes and turn this around going into this fourth quarter.
So Seminoles look to have composed themselves a little bit out of the timeout. Mentioned Timpson got the field goal on the previous possession, and now she converts her first at the line. Timpson leading all Florida State scorers tonight with now 13 points after she converts once again. And you said it, Brienne, Florida State giving a zone look here to the Panthers with Ta'Niya Latson at the top of the key. Now Malcolm in the corner. Another one for Malcolm.
And there's Malcolm, what Verdi loves to see. Coach Verdi loves it on the sideline, cheering her on.
Aislinn Malcolm, 5 of 10 from the floor on the night, but the Seminoles respond. Ta'Niya Latson gets her first field goal of the night with a minute remaining in the third quarter. That's the leading scorer on the season for Florida State.
Yeah, and that's what we expected to see all night long from her, and that's just her first bucket downhill.
Jordan hauls in the board, but has her pass tipped away, and Viegas scoops it up for FSU. Latson again getting downhill, and she draws contact.
Well, she's starting to go to work now. She's starting to heat up a little bit in this third. As you see, King directing traffic, finding her shooter, sliding down to that corner. Bang, bang for Aislinn Malcolm. And then on the other end, Ta'Niya Latson taking it into her own hands, getting herself to the free throw line. I knew she wasn't going to be quiet all night. See what she gives us in the fourth quarter.
So Latson now 4 for 4 from the line on the night. She's got 6 points. Still 1 of 9 from the field. Panthers trying to work with this zone from Florida State. Washington's King at the free throw line. Now King gathers her own pass that was tipped, and now a jump ball. And that will give it to Florida State here with 15 to go in the third quarter.
Florida State getting their hands all over the basketball down there. Liatu King gets it back and tries to call a timeout before they call a jump ball, and it goes Florida State's way.
So the Noles have gotten that lead back into double figures, looking to extend it even more here at the end of the quarter. Gordon, Latson at the top of the arc, the drive. And the shot somehow drops for Latson. What a way to end the quarter for Florida State going into the contest. In the third of our 4 periods tonight at the Pete. And it got them right back in the game, Brienne. Not sure how things will go from here. Once again, Florida State still up by 12. But remember, Florida State led this game by 25 at one point.
Yeah, for sure. It was all Pitt in that third quarter, and then you saw their star in Florida State, Ta'Niya Latson, take over with 6 points down the stretch of that third.
Impressive move by Washington there to make it a 10-point margin, and now here is Latson in trouble, but finds Timpson down low. Timpson up to 15.
Another great find by Ta'Niya Latson. Brooke Wyckoff calls her a tremendous facilitator, and she really is. With the amount of points and buckets that she gets, she still finds her teammates when she gets into that paint.
Latson finding much more success in this second half than she did the first. 8 points, 2 of 5 from the floor, 4 of 4 from the line, 2 assists in half number 2 for the sophomore sensation for the Seminoles. Now Latson pushing pace once again. Now takes the pull-up, and too strong. Rebound to King. 13 boards on the night for Liatu King to go with 14 points.
And her 14th double of the season, Jason.
And Malcolm draws contact from Omaria Gordon. Foul called against Gordon. And just the second on the night for the Florida State junior. So, Brienne, during that run of Pitt success in the third quarter, what were they doing offensively to eat into this lead? How did they replicate that in the fourth?
Well, Jason, besides saying they were knocking down shots, I mean, they were sharing the basketball. They weren't just looking for their go-to player in Liatu King. They were knocking outside shots down, but they were starting with that on the defensive end. They were slowing Florida State down in transition, getting stops on the defensive end, and executing their offense on that side of the basketball.
So Florida State looks like they're staying in a zone here in the fourth. That seemed to slow down the Panthers a little bit towards the end of the third quarter. Now a dish off to King, in and out, and Latson skies up for the rebound.
Yeah, Liatu getting a lot of open looks. Nice look she's hitting here in the second half.
Latson turns around, finds Timpson. Not that time. Rebound for Washington. Malcolm all the way cross court to Perkins. And a swing to Washington for 3. Too strong. Timpson soars up and hauls it in. Makayla Timpson with 15 points, 10 rebounds. She has her 11th double-double on the year.
Yeah, she's another walking double-double, too, in the ACC.
Brienne, this is what makes it so tough to guard Ta'Niya Latson, is you have to find a way to get in front of her, slow her down, but all without fouling.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to do that. She gets around her player, and then she also beats a post player in Jayla Jordan. She's doing a very nice job tonight at getting herself to the free throw line, and that's what really good players do. When they're not finding their shots and they're not making shots, missing layups here and there, they find a way to get themselves to the free throw line, and that's what Ta'Niya Latson is doing here tonight.
A rare miss there from the line for Latson. Mentioned 86% on the year for her, but she executes on the back half and extends the Florida State lead to 63-50. Panthers have missed their last 4 from the field, looking to end the drought, and they are running out of time. Just over 7 minutes to go in the ball game. 13-point lead for the Noles. King takes the pull-up through contact and hits.
Through contact and against 3 Florida State Seminole defenders.
Jetty guarded by Washington, and she is fouled. Looked like contact on both sides that time, but Jetty leaning into her. But first, King drawing the attention of that Florida State defense here.
Incredible. You see 3 players surrounding her, and she still knocks it down. And then on the other side, it was a battle of who was winning this one, who was getting the foul called against them. And it goes Bajetti's way against Marley Washnitz.
Florida State's been really good from the line tonight. Now 12 for 13 after those last two makes from Bajetti. They haven't had a field goal in the last 2.5 minutes, but converting with their opportunities from the charity stripe. Now Perkins off target. Another offensive rebound for Jordan. Couldn't get it to fall.
Makayla Timpson looked like she tipped that against Jayla Jordan.
Latson kick out. Viegas three. Bullseye.
I love that shot. Viegas again for three. Gotta find her. And man, Pitt is losing her all night tonight.
Carla Viegas with 14 for Florida State, and the Seminoles have extended that lead to 16 with just over 6 minutes to play in Pittsburgh. Consecutive games in double-figure scoring. For a while, it was looking like that streak was going to be in jeopardy, and she still does need one more bucket to keep that going. But Brianne, she really has come alive in the second half.
Yeah, she really has, and she's taken over in a multitude of ways. But first, getting herself to the free throw line because she was struggling all night. As you see, she started out 0 for 5. Good players get themselves to the free throw line. Good players know how to score, and she wasn't going to go 0 for this evening.
We asked Brooke Wyckoff, how is she different this year compared to last year? She had such a magnificent freshman year season to earn ACC Rookie of the Year, even set the ACC freshman scoring record. Coach Wyckoff said her leadership is a lot more vocal. She's taken on a sense of ownership with the team. Last year was kind of just figuring things out on the fly, but this year a heightened awareness and has been phenomenal for this Florida State team, mentally as well as on the floor facilitating for this offense.
Yeah, and because of that, Jason, just as a sophomore, she was named as captain of the team with Makayla Timpson. That's impressive as just a young sophomore.
Such a bright future ahead for Latson, and another one of the young stars in this league that's so exciting to watch, and going to be a key piece for Florida State down the stretch here and in the back half of February into March as they try to make it 11 straight NCAA tournament appearances. And if they're going to do that, they're going to need Ta'Niya Latson at her best as she has been in the second half here tonight. Viegas again. She has been automatic from downtown. What a night for Carla Viegas, the freshman from Spain. And they are going to take a look at this one, but what a shot from Viegas.
What a shot is right.
I think her feet clearly behind the line here. And I think they're looking at the clock, but even that I thought was pretty sure she got it off. Good look here from our crew. And yeah, with a second to spare, easy call there. Doesn't take long for the officials tonight.
Great look.
Florida State up 19.
Great look, great bucket by Viegas. 5 threes on the night. This season alone, Jason, she has shot 93 of 99 shots have been from behind the arc.
Mentioned Florida State with 10 consecutive NCAA tournament trips. They are one of 8 schools in the country to reach 10 NCAA tournaments in a row. Brooke Wyckoff certainly continuing what Florida State has built as Liatu King gets another bucket on the inside. And by the way, for Florida State, and Viegas, a huge night. Her season high coming into tonight was 14. She's now surpassed that with 17 on the night. So a new season and career high for Carla Viegas, only averaging 4.5 per game on the year, but she's 5 for 7 from downtown tonight. And Brianne, this is a game that Carla Viegas is certainly going to remember for a long time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As she just knocked down another 3, but too bad she traveled first, but she was still shooting it. She is absolutely going to remember this game. What a breakout game for her.
And And the Panthers have just lost that offensive touch that they had in the third quarter. They scored 29 points in the third tonight.
Yeah, after that third quarter performance, it almost looks like they're deflated or took so much energy out of them. That third quarter performance to this fourth, they just could not withstand that same energy that they had.
Yeah, only 26 points the rest of the game for Pittsburgh. So right now we've played about 26 minutes outside of the third quarter. If you take those 26, they've got 26 points. And then the 10 minutes of the third quarter, 29. So just a remarkable stretch that they had there coming out of halftime. Just haven't been able to continue it here into the fourth quarter, and they find themselves now down 16.
Nice little reverse there by Jayla Jordan. Finds herself to the free throw line.
As we talked about with Torrey Verdi earlier, he's certainly not going to feel sorry for himself or have the team feel that way. They know they've got a lot of basketball left to be played this season. And he told us, if you're thinking about wanting it to be over, that's a loser's mentality. Every day you show up, you got to have the mentality of, I'm going to get better today. It's easy to show up and say nothing's working, but that is not what he is condoning with his Pittsburgh Panther team. He wants them to make the most of each practice, each game, and finish strong here as we get into mid-February in the final portion of the season.
Yeah, his approach, he is has such a winner's mentality, and it really shows on these Pitt Panthers. They are in these basketball games. They just cannot find a way to win and pull out the W at the end of the night. But players like Liatu, he does love having on his side.
Yep, another outstanding day for King. No denying that. 19 points, 14 rebounds, 8 of 18 from the floor. Liatu King well entrenched in the ACC first-team conversations for the end of the season, as Ta'Niya Latson does, in fact, get into double figures off the last field goal there, up to 11 points. Meanwhile, Brianne, for Florida State, they've clearly got something going now. They've figured something out. This will be their third consecutive win if they close things out here, and would improve them to 8-4 in the ACC on the season. This is a brutal conference, but Florida State has navigated it well, and they seem to be playing their best basketball at the right time if you take away the third quarter tonight. Yeah,
exactly. And Coach Wyckoff told us she loves the stretch that they have coming up. She's excited about the opponents that they have in February. And like you said, they have been playing really good basketball as of late, and I think they're only going to get better as the season goes on.
And an absolutely huge game coming up on Sunday for Florida State. They're going to host Notre Dame. Notre Dame currently number 12 in the nation. Net rank of 43 right now for the Noles. Some really good wins. Tennessee, North Carolina, and Virginia Tech. Mentioned they are a projected 7 seed right now, and they have the opportunity to really go on a run here down the stretch. Notre Dame and Louisville, the opponents currently on their schedule, ranked in the top 25, but also would expect Florida State to take care of business at Wake Forest, pick up a win there. Miami, Boston College, Clemson, some of the remaining opponents for Florida State, as Latson, who had 0 points in the first half, now has 14 in the second half. And as we talk about the end of the season for Florida State, Ta'Niya Latson is going to be a huge factor in how far that team can go towards the end of the season.
And she's the type of player who steps up in those kind of moments. Big games call for big players, and big plays is what Ta'Niya Latson gives this Florida State Seminole team. As you see here, her knocking down this three, which is really not her strong suit. She only shoots it 22% from behind the arc, but she continues to shoot the basketball because people give her space, so she is going to try to improve a point.
second half, 14 points for Latson. And Brienne, like you said earlier, you just knew at some point she was going to look like herself again.
Yeah, incredible. Look at those stats. It's unbelievable. 0 for 5, no points in the first half. 11 for 15 to finish the game, 14 points. I mean, she's a phenomenal player. You know you're not going to get 0 points out of that kid.
Well, what's proven itself tonight is what we told you before the game. It's not just Ta'Niya Latson. Carla Viegas with a career night, 17 points for her. She's been automatic from three-point range.
Yeah, she's been unbelievable. Set shot right there. Gotta love it. You don't even know it's coming, and bang, it's going down. It's money. She is a three-point shooter, and you have to find her. And Pitt, unfortunately, wasn't able to locate her tonight.
Incredible night for someone who averages just 4.5 on the season. Once again, Carla Viegas from Spain, the freshman with history playing with the U18 Spanish team at the FIBA European Championship. And Brooke Wyckoff told us she's an important piece as a freshman, a player you always have to keep an eye on due to her three-point shooting threat. But coming into tonight, just 2 games in double-figure scoring on the season, and certainly the best performance of her young career for Florida State. It's a Seminole team that has not won an NCAA tournament game since 2019. So, Brienne, what about Florida State that you've seen tonight leads you to believe that they could end that drought and potentially get an NCAA tournament win this year?
Oh, yeah. I mean, other than this third quarter from Florida State tonight, they're just incredible. They're such a team type of player, type of team. They play without their best player in Ta'Niya Latson. Everyone is looking to Ta'Niya Latson, but there are so many players who do so much damage on this team, and you saw that here tonight. They spread the wealth. They got all of their players involved. Their bench stepped up and just completely demolished Pitt's bench scoring. They get it done in a multitude of ways, and Florida State is going to be a fun team to watch down the stretch and into the tournament.
Impressive to see the way Florida State regained control of this game after a third quarter in which Pittsburgh held all the momentum here on their home floor. But the Seminoles respond. They outscore the Panthers in the fourth, and they will go away with a 76-60 victory.